Oh, well, hello, darling. My name is Eve. I am your reader for this moment. Let's see what the cards have to say, shall we? Shall we? Peace. Ascended Masters. Ooh. Shadow. Ooh. Okay, that seems like a good balanced energy. What do these things have to say to us? Not say. Oi. Oh my. Okay, dokie. Nurture peace, darling. Nurture peace. How do we nurture peace? What is peace? Okay, the idea that's being channeled to me right now is when there's nothing going on, quote unquote, you know, when you're kind of just big chilling, you know, is there a feeling that you're like, okay, nothing's happening and that's cool? Or is there a feeling of like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And it's like, okay, I'm not saying that either is better. It's interesting because I've been feeling this anticipation energy, like something is about to happen, and we can sense that when that's happening. But there's a very specific message of, in this moment, when nothing is happening, quote unquote, can you have fun? Peace is not boring. That's not the same thing. But being in a boring, quote unquote, boring situation, which is peaceful, can you find a way to have fun in that rather than it triggering your need to bring chaos into your life? Nurture peace. Even in situations of chaos, you can nurture peace. Nurture peace. That's the message. Ascended Masters, we're here looking at what it's like to live beyond lack, living beyond the concept of lack. And I'm not saying it's like, okay, for example, if you get into the whole spiritual life, there's a concept of separation and the fact that it's an illusion in some way because we're all one. However, separation exists for a reason. It's like, okay, we can have these individual personas who we are on this planet. I'm doing a lot of things with my hands and you're just gonna have to be okay with it. It exists for a reason. Separation exists so the movie can be made. The same is with lack. The reason we have lack as a concept is in order to be able to experience the opposite truly. You know, it happens with people who've, when they have so much luxury in their life, they get desensitized to it in some degree. And so, you know, a lot of people grow resentful of them because it's like, oh, they don't even know what they have. And it kind of sucks. Not just for people outside who recognize, but more as for the person themselves who's like living in like these king-queen situations, and it's like they don't even really get to feel. And so the lack existed in your life so that you would get to feel the opposite of love, right? In some way. So when you have love, but the thing is, at some point, you can choose to finally see that lack was never really there. You know, just like the separation was never really there. And it's like, yeah, I'm almost saying like, maybe before you used to desire things really strongly. Like you'd be like, I want a castle. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make a castle. But suddenly here it's like, you can draw a picture of a castle and you're fulfilled. You're like, I have a castle right here. You know, there's a sense of like truly mastering the concept of it's not just manifestation. It's the fact of it's like a fulfillment. Like you are already in some way so fulfilled that there's nothing that you really need to like make happen. It's like you've already recognized everything has already happened in some way. Everything's already been done. So now you just get to like enjoy. You know, there's no desperation. There's no need of like, I need this right now. It's like, I have this. I'd love to see a version of it like this. And it's like, okay, let's see if that happens. The sense of detachment, you know, when you have that sense of detachment, and there's this message too of focus, of the reason some things are able to manifest really easily is because you're not like, there's no energy of like, there's no clinging energy to it. You know what I mean? That clinging energy, just like, like, it's just like, that thing is going to be like, I don't know if I want to go to that. Ew. You know, it's like, it's a turn off. And I'm seeing here, exploration of the quote unquote shadow self through the imagination. Like, if there's like a version of you, like, okay, like, I don't know, for me it's like, okay, the punk rock dominatrix stage persona. Who is she? Because it's like, I know that's within me somewhere, but it's like really hard for me to actually tap into without feeling like, I don't know, like, it's a little intense, like, you know, some judgment can kick in. But it's like, can I channel that in an aspect of like creative work, imagination, maybe writing about a character separate from myself, you know, because this energy is really important. That's what I'm getting. Like, this is essential for both your peace and your mastery of how to navigate this realm, is to allow yourself to allow this like more monstrous, quote unquote, devilish side of you to exist, not necessarily through your actions or who you are, but more through like a persona or a creative release. Okay? And it's like, through that, you will see that this character or whatever that energy is has been such a gift and is not something you have to continuously fight for the rest of your life. Like that, like, why am I this way? Why am I this way? Why am I this way? It's like, no, there's a sense of like, fuck yeah. Yeah, I'm this way. Because it'll also channel in a much healthier way. You know, it's like, it'll channel in a way that's empowering rather than like, you're actually being kind of a gnarly character. This is like, oh, wow, like, that energy could have been used in a poor way, but instead you were like, became an epic painter or something, you know? Like, funny example, but I can't even say that example, can I? This is controversial, but did you guys know that Hitler was a painter? And he just really wanted to be a painter, and he got rejected from art school, and the rest is history. I think there is like something extremely dangerous about a person who is not allowing themselves to express themselves properly, you know? And I'm just saying Hitler could have been a fantastic painter if he properly channeled his energy. I know that's controversial to say. I'm just a I'm just a girl in this world. Oh my god, I wish I did not talk about that. What are you gonna do? Okay, the gift. Wow. We got a lot here. Big gift. Big gift. Okay. First of all, I'm seeing you embrace something within yourself. Specifically the side of you that you've been kind of judging a lot. The side of you that's like, I've got to be a respectable person on this planet. I've got to be this way, I've got to be that way, I have to wake up early. And this is a sense of you being like, you know what? The deviant side of yourself. But it's like, that side of you has a really good intention too. It's a reclamation of power. You know, you being such a behaved person all the time is, first of all, the reason that you're misbehaving in the first place. You behaving so well, this is important. You being so goody two-shoes is the reason that you are doing things that are just awful. Okay? This is an aspect of you taking a part of your personality and channeling it in a way of like, I know I'm doing good by being deviant in this way. Okay? It's like you're again, the healthy expression of that. It can go sour. That's the thing. If you try to be good, it can go so sour. And you express that in such a toxic way because you're just not expressing it. And you're believing in your head, you know, you're just restricted so much that like you're like, I need to tie people up and just spit in their faces all the time. You know, it's like, not judging that. Go for it. But I'm seeing here, by choosing to be deviant in a healthy, creative, fun, this message is difficult to give because it's like, obviously, it requires a lot of discernment. Like, how are you devious in a way that's good? But you know, that's the thing. I'm trusting you that you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay. There is so much power in being connected to your quote unquote shadow. Like, I'm honestly not even, I'm so over the way that we have like defined like good and bad within us. It's so, but obviously it's like, yeah, we have like darker, you know, darker aspects perhaps, or it's like, but the thing is like, realistically, there has to be a yin and yang balance. And so many people get caught up with like, no, I have to be all good, I have to be all good. Or it's like, it brings out the worst in people when they do that. Like, totally. Like, I really think that people who are like, embrace being bad more, you know, sometimes end up being better people because they're not suppressing a part of themselves to a point that it comes out in this like extremely violent or just awful way. there's an aspect here of you specifically tapping into this shadow element of yourself in a very straightforward way with yourself. You know, it's like the part of you that just wants to like, yeah, I want to rip it all down. Screw that whole thing. I don't like that. For some reason, this is really essential for your work and for your work to be great. It's like this power within you, and there's like information there to be given to you, okay? Wow. And I'm seeing too this ooh. Yeah, there's a decision here. There's a decision here to forgive yourself for experiencing so much lack mentality, for kind of being ungrateful. You know, it's like ultimately we are kind of like kids, and it's like we're in the process of growing. But you're making a choice here to actually be extremely grateful for what you have. Instead of constantly craving, you are like really choosing every day. And these choices have to be made over and over again, you know. It's like, but you're starting to create the habit of choosing to be grateful for what you have. And even in times where it's like things don't seem externally positive, you are shifting the narrative completely, you know. And it's your belief of what it means to have success and satisfaction in this realm has shifted. And this is very powerful because you now have access to everything all the time. You know, that peace, that love, everything that you feel is missing, has ever been missing, something you've been trying to fill. It's like you can allow that space to be empty for a second, and you can really truly feel it, like, oh wow, I feel this emptiness. And then be like, oh wait, like, it's okay to have the emptiness too. Like, that's the thing. The lack is the gift in some way too, you know. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more card, and then that's gonna be the end of your message here. Gratitude. Gratitude of who you are, how you've grown. You, at this very moment, are the picture of perfection. And I want you to know that. Make that choice now to recognize that. Sending you so much love. Thank you for spending this moment with me wherever you are in time and space. I'll see you soon. Mwah.